Hello, and thank you for taking the time to listen to these messages. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, check out the description box for ways to support our channel. Thank you. Hello, welcome back to the Collective Perspective. This is Alec Himes. This is actually take two. I wouldn't normally admit that because I don't do second takes. I record straight through. I don't have a script. I don't plan what I'm going to say. Again, I just kind of have some notes scribbled down on a random post-it somewhere. Somewhere. I digress. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what some people call the big reset. Okay, there's actually two different things happening at this particular time. Those that are aware that on an energetic level, on a spiritual level, ethereal level, we are traveling into a new energy. We've been traveling into a new energy, and we're shifting from an old energy, an old age, into a new age. I guess you would almost equivalent it to like the Mayan prophecy, the end of that long count calendar, right? And then also here on the physical third dimensional plane on this planet, we have some people calling for the realignment of the world's wealth and resources and all this and that, which of course we know, the richest 1% hold 90% of the world's wealth and all that. Okay, so that's very disproportionate. We know that. So you have a lot of people that are calling for the big reset as far as the economic system here on this planet. But I want to speak to our African American community at this time. No offense or slight to anybody else. Y'all know y'all are all my family and I love y'all. But at this particular time, I do want to speak to the African American community regarding this big reset, okay? Because the reset for a lot of people is again a reset of assets, a reset of economic standings and whatnot. Besides a few members in my family, and I don't, well, and my fam, you know what I mean, in Kentucky, I don't know very many black people that are very well off, you know, in a very nice or very stable economic situation. You know what I mean? Most black people that I know are about 2 or 3 months removed from being on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like at the most, we might have 2 or 3 months saved up to where we could pay our bills and function if an emergency were to happen. But anything beyond that 3 4 month window, we're hurting. We're gonna have to work again. We're gonna have to find means to support ourselves and our family again. And so I really only know a few people that aren't subject to that. You know what I mean? That are black. And so where's that taking us? I'm saying that because again, they're the reset that they're talking about in the mainstream media has to do with economic and real estate and resources and this and that. And like I was just saying, that doesn't really affect the average black person. I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck with you. It does not affect the average black person. It don't. And so we need to start realizing that this reset is on more than just an economic level. You know what I'm saying? And world resource alignment of world resources. This is a spiritual reset. This is a mental reset. This is a reset for we as a community and as far as what we hold to be valuable. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about something being lit or this, that, or whatever, like it's time to redefine, what's lit, you know, It's time to redefine the things that we attach value to in our community. You know what I'm saying? It's time to have a reset of, values, consciousness, equity and investments. You see what I'm saying? Instead of buying, a pair of Jordans for $100, I'm gonna take that $100 and I'm gonna invest it in cryptocurrency, or I'm gonna invest it in this company over here that is mining natural resources from out the ground. You see, and so we're gonna start changing where we're placing our money and our equity. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start changing the values in which we instill in our children before they walk out the door and they interact with the public. You see what I'm saying? We're going to have a reset on the things that we choose to feed our bodies, the things that we choose to feed our brains, the things that we choose to feed our eyes. You see what I'm saying? There's going to be a big reset on everything. We have to have, we have to start redefining some of the things that we place value in. We have to start redefining some of the ways in which we engage with one another. You know, just that right there. Let's have a reset on the violence in Chicago. Let's have a reset on the killing of innocent black and brown people. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a reset. Speaking of killing of innocent black and brown people, I caught a clip. It was this morning, man. I woke up early and I was watching some of the live broadcasts on the news, which I don't watch the news a whole lot, but, every so often, maybe once a week, I might, you know, pull it up on YouTube just to see what's going on. And so now I used to live in Louisville, Kentucky. That's where I spent the majority of my time in the electrical trade is Louisville, Kentucky. And I lived there for many years. So I love Louisville. I still got lots of fam and lots of people that's, in Kentucky. And I found it very ironic that, we had so much unrest, with the George Floyd and with the most recent one up in Minnesota and, a couple different things, right? And then we had one in Louisville. And this is, like I say, maybe, about 6 months, 8 months after I left the city and had moved. But they had the Breonna Taylor. And it was, just to give you a little background, which you can Google it, man, and, just type in Breonna Taylor, Louisville, Kentucky, man. That's all you got to do. But to give you a brief rundown, this young lady, she was like a EMS dispatcher or something along those lines. She actually worked for law enforcement, I want to say. And she had just finished the shift. She had got home and she was in the bed or whatever happened. And the Louisville police were serving a no-knock warrant. And they busted in the wrong apartment. And whatever transpired while they were inside, they actually shot this young lady while she was in her bed, okay, unarmed, in her bed. Bad, very bad, very, very bad for the city of Louisville right now, at least the police of city of Louisville. And so when I caught that broadcast, they were talking about, they were made an announcement on the mainstream news warning people of, bracing people for an announcement and talking about, troop or the National Guard and the police are on standby, all this and that. So whatever announcement is going to come out of Louisville, Kentucky today or tomorrow or whenever, man, I just want to humbly encourage our family to just please contain your anger, please contain your outrage, and let's organize and do this peacefully. You know what I'm saying? And if you have anybody within your midst, within your ranks, that's trying to cause chaos or that's trying to destroy any property or anything like that, or any violence towards another person, anything, you police yourselves. You root that person out, and you police yourself so that they don't have to do it for you. You see, and we don't want to see any more clips of police beating on protesters or shooting tear gas or fires being set. We don't want to see it. I don't care if it's Antifa or if it's BLM or if it's someone peaceful. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm over it, dude. That is not going to solve anything. Get your ass out the street. And if you are in the streets, do it peacefully. Period. End of story. You have no reason. There's no reason to be out there causing violence and chaos, because you're only bolstering the cause for them to put more boots on the ground. So that tells me that if you're part of the community, or if you're out there and you're doing that and you already know full well what's going to happen as a result of your actions, that to me tells me that you have the intent to do that. So are you being paid to do that? Is that part of your motive? What's going on? Let's start asking the right questions to some of these people that are being arrested and being charged with, some of this chaos and looting. And let's start looking at some of the demographics of the people that are being arrested for said crimes. I digress. I would like to ask my family in Louisville, Kentucky to please be peaceful. Please restrain your anger. Change is coming. It's not here yet. But if you can see and feel the energy, change is coming. Change is coming, but let me tell you, violence and being in the streets, burning, looting, rioting, tearing up people's property, that's not the way, dude. That's not the way. That's only gonna add fuel to the fire, and it's going to give credence to their argument for them saying, oh, well, they're savages, they're animals, look at them. We have to go in and restore law and order. Look at them. So, only thing I'm saying is if we stay in a position of centeredness and love, then we're not going to be out there reacting like that. Let's do it peacefully. Let's do it respectfully. Let's do it in a way that is not going to put a stain on us as a community. And again, if we see others out there causing chaos or engaging in violence, engaging in looting, engaging in any sort of detrimental behavior, you root that person out, you pluck them out, police yourselves, okay? I digress. Let me get back on this big reset, okay? This is part of it, man. This is part of it, because the more society and people as a whole start to wake up to the regular occurrence of what happens in the average black person's life, then the more the demand for change is gonna be made. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm saying that is because you have a certain percentage of people that, as I've observed in my life, that even when you have the truth right in your face, are not going to accept it no matter what. It just doesn't matter. They're just not. Don't matter. They just don't see it that way. They only see it this way. And it takes them getting smacked upside the head, or it takes that same situation to happen to them, for them to be made a victim in the same way, for them to understand your exact position and the position that people are going through, right? So where am I going with that, though? Until some people in this country, regardless of race, demographic, whatever, until some people in this world, in this country and this world, experience some of the things like inequality, like discrimination, or like being bullied, or being singled out and picked on because of the color of your skin, being singled out and picked on because whatever reason somebody sees fit to single you out and pick on you, or to deny you an opportunity for whatever reason. Until you experience that, you're not going to understand. But when you get a taste of that medicine, now you're going to see that it does exist. Oh, crap. You know, all these years I've been telling them, oh, well, racism doesn't exist and black people have the same opportunities and blah, 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 blah. When you get hit with that reality and you see, and they freely admit, yeah, you know, we kind of set the system up against them, that's when it's a reality for you. But you have to experience it first. That's what's going on right now with their big reset. Some of these people that want to deny that this and that goes on and whatever, when this big reset happens, oh, you're going to get a taste of your medicine, homie. You're going to get a taste of your medicine because now the playing field will be leveled and you are just like everybody else. You ain't nothing but the new, excuse my language, nigga. Period. That's all. That's it. But we've been in this position from the beginning. Do you understand? I digress. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive. But yes, we need to start to redefine what we hold valuable in our community. We need to, this big reset, we need to start redefining where we place our money. Start practicing group economics. Let's all pool our money together. Let's start buying some stock. Let's pool our money together, buy some votes, whatever. You know what I mean? But we have to start setting up small little networks. And we have to start, you know what I'm saying, trading and starting to connect those small networks. You might have one in ATL, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fam, Blue Pill, Red Pill, you know what I'm saying? I check y'all out regularly. But matter of fact, I met the brother Blue Pill in LA at Dame Dash Studios at the brother Billy Carson's event, the mystery schools there. But so we got good things happening in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Red Pill, Blue Pill. We got good things happening in Florida. You know, you got brothers like Billy Carson building a network down there. Good things happening in different places all over this country. I'm out west. I'm in Nevada. So, man, we got to start, you know, clicking up with like-minded individuals that are, you know, wanting to make that shift. You know what I'm saying? And anybody can do it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, 20 years ago, I was a hood dude, you know? Like, I started off as a hood dude, you know? I chose to go to the Army, and I chose to enter the construction trade to change my life. You know what I'm saying? But that hood was still in me for many years. It took a long time for me to, you know, fully make that transition into not, you know, having that mentality or having that, you know what I mean? And so I've been walking this path for quite a long time. You know, I saw the need to shift many years ago. You know what I'm saying? When you walk into a job interview or when you're going for different opportunities and the people kind of look at you, you know what I mean? Or you start to examine yourself. You're like, okay, well, I took a shower today. Why is this person looking at me with stank face? You know what I mean? But I didn't realize that at the time it was the way I was carrying myself. It was the energy that I was putting off. You know what I mean? Me as a person, the energy that was radiating off of my being. Excuse me. So I didn't realize that in itself kept doors closed. You know, just the energy that you put off, the way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself, the way you articulate, the tone of your voice, you know what I mean? All of that stuff plays a huge factor in how people receive and perceive your energy. You know what I'm saying? So we need to have a big reset. We need to start redefining and reclassifying what's important to us as a community. You know, what are we going to hold value in? Where are we going to place our equity? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going to invest our money? You feel me? Excuse me. So, again, I'm nobody, but I am somebody. Take take what I say with a grain of salt, you know. Excuse me. Take what I say with a grain of salt and formulate your own opinions and your own, you know, standards and things that you want to change about self, you know, that you want to reset on. You know, I want to do over. I want to reset. And so for me, um, I reset how I was spending my money. I reset how I was investing my money. Um, yeah, I started taking like $40 a week. No, it was like $20 at first. I'd take $20 a week, right? And I'd have like a little mobile app. I'd pick a stock, you know, cryptocurrency, and I'd just invest. And once I found that one I wanted to invest in, $20 a week, boom, boom, $20 a week, $20 a week, right? Then I took even more money, and even though now, mind you, again, like I said, when you do the reset, you have to reset this right here too, because some of us, we look for that quick flip. You know what I'm saying? We look for that quick return, that quick money. You know, that's what kind of gets us in trouble, man. That was me when I was younger, man. You know, like I wanted money quick. You know, and even though I worked for it, I still was like, man, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a more efficient way. But I kind of lost sight of that. But anyway, so redefining how we think about investments and what we will, you know, how we're looking at investments. You know, I'm looking at it like, okay, I see this company right here. And right now the stock is like 9 cents, for an example. Okay. I see the direction this company is going. Even if they get bought out, you know what I mean? Even if this company gets bought out, somebody else comes in and just sweeps them away, you know. The service and the assets that that particular company has, you know, and this is what I'm looking at, you know, it doesn't matter who owns them, you know, it doesn't matter who owns. Whoever owns that land and whoever owns that, the rights to this thing right here is going to make some money, you know, and that's what I'm looking at. And I'll just give y'all a little hint, man. I shouldn't, I don't usually do this. I'm not gonna. Again, I'll just keep it real general. I'll keep it real general because you see a lot of people, a lot of narratives out there, people pushing a specific stock or a specific cryptocurrency or what have you. That to me tells me that they got some kind of stake in that. You know, that to me tells me that they've got some kind of incentive. You know, if you in particular or whoever were to acquire that, you see, and so I don't get into that. You know, even if it's my own product, I might plug it like once. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a commercial for it or whatever. But I'm not gonna sit here and hype it and tell you need to buy. You know, blah blah blah. No, no, no. I don't get into that, and I'm not gonna encourage the purchasing of any stocks or anything. You know, I'm not even gonna tell you where I'm putting my money. You know, but anyway. So I would encourage everybody to start looking into some of these cryptocurrencies. Do your homework, okay? Uh, some of these different entities, agencies, countries are looking into making a transition or at least transitioning a certain aspect of the commerce, the stream of money to cryptocurrency. You see what I'm saying? With the blockchain. The blockchain is really where it is. Is it Like I say, it's no specific cryptocurrency. It's blockchain in general. You know what I mean? It's the electronic movement of units of money. And so when you look at stuff like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, Litecoin, whatever, Ethereum, um, like if people would have gotten in, like, like that, there was that crazy person that you knew back in the day that was like, hey man, get in on Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be the next big thing. And you probably looked at that person like, whatever, dude. What's a Bitcoin? You know what I mean? And so now you see that joker's worth $10,000 to $20,000 per Bitcoin. And just to think, if you would have gotten in on the front end of that and just had 1,000 coins, shit, just 100 coins, okay? So things like that, you have to start looking at which cryptocurrency is going to be the most viable for whom, and who's looking into it. You know what I mean? Start looking into the companies that are pulling these natural resources out the ground. The copper, the silver, the gold. What companies are pulling those assets out the ground, those hard minerals, out the ground? Do your homework, find out how much that stock for in that company is trading for, and then make your investments, and it just, it's simple. It's simple. And again, if you're looking for that quick flip, this is not for you. This is not for you. I'm talking, this is like a year, possibly longer, but look for it at a minimum of a year-long investment for a lot of this stuff, when we're looking at it. And so if you're not in it to play the the short game, let alone the long game, then I wouldn't even get into it. Because like I said, the short game is like a year. You know what I mean? 6 months, a year. That's your short game. Long game, you're talking dividends and this, that, and whatever. Stock splits and whatnot. Just a residual income from the dividends from that stock. So that's again, that's generational. That's something you can pass down. You know what I mean? Because once you acquire so many stocks in a agency like that or a company like that, and it establishes its dominance and prominence in a particular market or area. Oh man, oh man, that's that. Like I say, that's generational, man. That's generational wealth that you're passing down. And so, like I say, man, that stock start off 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent. Get you 10,000 shares. Quit playing. Quit playing. Get you 5 to 10,000 shares of that. Don't play with it. Bust it wide open. That way, when it doubles or triples or whatever it does, you're going up with it exponentially. See? And that's what I'm thinking about right there. All you need is for one investment. Say like I say, you say you throw, I'm speaking just like a couple $100, man. This is a pair of Jordans, dude. A cell phone. Okay? Throw a couple $100, so $300 at something, man. Next thing you know, that 300 done turned into 3,000. You just never know, man. You just never know. When you do your homework and start to look at the direction that some of these things are going, and you see those open doors, and look like I can slide in right there. Let me, you know what I'm saying, and make that move. And it's got to be quick. You got to make that quick move. And hold on, excuse me. Excuse me. But yeah, So we got to start, realigning our assets, you know. And I'm not telling y'all nothing else I'm doing. Forget that. I'm not telling y'all nothing else. But just know that the whole objective is to create, for me personally, to create the multiple streams of income. You know what I mean? Multiple streams of steady, steady residual income. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank you all for listening to this message and giving me your time and your energy. And thank you for allowing me to, express my thoughts and give my love to the world. Have a beautiful day.